You have tuned in to WUDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists, and this is Big C in the morning. This is the Friday morning show that starts your Friday morning off right and your weekend early. And oh boy, we've got some topics to talk about, and oh boy, has this been a crazy week. Lots of stuff happening. Lots and lots of stuff have been happening. It's been crazy. It's been crazy while also being a little slow. So, anyways, let's start off with the first topic today, the coronavirus. And yes, I know everybody's tired of the coronavirus, but we have to, I have to report on this because, the coronavirus is making a comeback. I don't know if you guys noticed, but, apparently the coronavirus, it's been surging in Ohio for some reason. We've been getting trying to get on the low side. I mean, we haven't been like below 1,000 cases for like a long time, but then Wednesday, which was like October 14th, we broke a new record, and it was not a good record. 2,039 new cases. That's a little high. And yesterday, I heard that Ohio broke the record again because we got like 2,100 cases of COVID and in a single day. So that's a little concerning. I don't know why this is happening. I mean, we're taking precautions. I'm sure everyone's taking their precautions, but somehow it's not working. I mean, well, it has to be working. I mean, but something's off. Somewhere's off. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know how these um like cases are going up. I mean, we're all socially distanced. We're all socially distancing. We're taking good care of our health. We're washing our hands, making sure we don't get any COVID, and disinfecting every single thing that is like needed to be disinfectant. But that's just kind of crazy. How do you go from, oh, we got some of the lowest numbers and we're trying to get it all down, to like, oh yeah, we are going for the record for the most COVID cases in a single day. Like, seriously. Wednesday was 2,039, and then the next day, which was yesterday, it was 2,100. Like, that's a big jump, people. That's like the biggest jump I've ever seen. And I try to watch Governor DeWine's press conferences, but sometimes I'm bored. I'm bored. I always get bored of press conferences. Like, maybe the first few were okay, but for the others, I don't know. It's just it's been. I just want this to end. I want everything to go back to the way it was before we had this silly little virus invade, our state. Like, seriously, seriously. I bet everyone we know has got COVID. Well, not really, but a lot of people we know got COVID. Um, like the governor got COVID, the president got COVID. Who else? The Tennessee Titans got COVID. Basically, just a lot of people that have been shown on the news or in like some kind of entertainment thing has gotten the coronavirus. Like, seriously, it's becoming. It's like trying to become a thing or something. And then I hear, oh, this guy who used to have COVID got COVID again. So great. Now you can get double COVID. I don't want to get double COVID. But I also saw on like a news site like I think it was like ABC 6. They said studies have shown that once a person gets COVID, they're fully immune, which that is good. That is pretty good. But why do cases continue to increase? Like, seriously, we should be done by now. I ran the numbers lately. The last time I ran the numbers for COVID cases that are still that have happened, and then COVID cases that have been cured, we were at the 87% for containment. We were 87% contained. 87%. We were almost out of this until up 2,000 cases. 2,000 cases. Ohio's becoming like the Tennessee Titans, people. We do not want to be like the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans, they don't follow the CDC guidelines. Like, seriously. They're like, we're from Tennessee. We need to win a Super Bowl. Let's go not follow these guidelines and go win a Super Bowl. Do. That's kind of like how it's happening. We're becoming the Tennessee Titans of, COVID. Like, Tennessee, the Titans, man. They got so much COVID on them. So much COVID. And speaking of COVID scares, and football, Odell Beckham Jr., the wide receiver, well, one of the wide receivers of the Cleveland Browns, he felt ill, and a lot of people started thinking he had COVID. But he got tested, and the whole team got tested. Negative results came back, which is good. So Odell probably got like maybe the chills or maybe a little bit of a bug, but not a virus. So I think Odell's going to be playing this week. If not, I will be very sad. We're going to lose to the Steelers if he's not there. Because the Steelers are going to be the toughest thing. And imagine that. If the Cleveland Browns all of a sudden got COVID, they would probably postpone it. Or one of our players, like one of our star players got the COVID. We'd obviously lose to it. But if the whole team got it, then it's obviously postponing. And besides, we're supposed to verse the Steelers, like, in the finale. So I wouldn't mind doing a doubleheader with, the Steelers. I mean, the Browns played the Steelers, like, every time, every year. Like, twice every year. Which is typical because they're in the same division. Now, I remember this one time. Well, I don't really remember it. I just looked it up. Because I was, like, 1 in 2002. The Browns played the Steelers 3 times, twice in the regular season, and then in the playoffs. And that was the last time the Browns made the playoffs. It was in 2002. And guess who won? The Steelers. They won the wild card round. So, and that has been the only thing for the Browns since 2002. Only playoff appearance since a long time. Yeah. Well, the Browns made the playoffs in 80s, 90s. Well, our last playoff appearance was in 2002. I'm getting myself mixed up here. But anyways, back to... I need to stop talking about football. I need to get down to these COVID numbers. So, right now, as of yesterday, there are 165,627 confirmed cases of COVID. There's over 5,000 dead. 16,669 hospitalizations, and presumed recoveries is 147,063. Now, I'm going to do the calculations on this one, because we have to be around 80%, right? That has to be around 80%. If it's not around 80%, then I'm going to be very, very concerned and sad and angry. I'm going to be all these things, people. So, it's 89%. We're 89% contained, like, having this virus out of here. But, unfortunately, with all these COVID cases rising, I don't know how we're going to get through this. Like, seriously. So, people. Please, wear a mask, socially distance. Please don't get coronavirus. Coronavirus is very dangerous, and it's very sad. Like, seriously. I mean, it's a virus that we should not be able to get. Like, well, let me rephrase this. It's a virus that we can be getting, but we can prevent it if we just wear a mask. If we don't wear a mask, cases are gonna rise, like, increasingly. And It's gonna be insane, people. It's gonna be insane. Oh my goodness. Just hearing about this coronavirus is making me just tired and sad. Like, seriously, we should be done by now. Like, seriously. And besides, like some states like South Dakota, Montana, North Dakota, those states that have like little tiny state populations, they have little COVID right there. So I'm thinking about moving to South Dakota, North Dakota, or Montana. I don't care. I don't care where I move. I I love Ohio, but in this time of pandemic, I need to move to a new place. Like seriously, I could just get myself a house, like build myself a house out in the middle of nowhere, and there will be no COVID. It'd be like the easiest thing to do. So, I'm gonna go over the numbers for the United States. So, yes, like on October 14th, the United States had 59,713 new cases. So, as you can see, it's surging a little. It's surging. Now, the last time that we were down in the United States was down in cases was September 7th, and that was 25,116 cases. Now, as you can see, that kind of like doubled. That number doubled when we got to October. Now, that's a little concerning. It's a big concern. So, there are currently 8 million 8,002,000 cases of COVID. Or it might be 20,000. Yeah. 8,020,000 cases. Like, over 8 million cases, technically. And there have been 218 deaths, over 218 deaths. Worldwide, there are 39 million cases, and recovered is 26.9 million, and deaths are 1.1 million. So as you can see, the numbers are still climbing, but the worldwide cases, they almost look like they're almost near. Like, hold on. I'm going to do the math here real quick because honestly, math is very important. So the world is now has like contains 69% of the coronavirus. So we're over halfway. That's okay, and we're almost to a 3/4 of the way. So the coronavirus is ending, but it's ending at a slow pace. Like it's like it's wanting to end, but it's like uh nah, we're not doing it or something. I don't know. And I want to talk about New Zealand because they had like no cases reported until they got cases again. But and honestly, I don't think Australia has any coronavirus cases because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see any coronavirus cases in Australia. Is Australia the only country with no coronavirus cases as well as New Zealand? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody go look that up. I want to know. Well, I'm looking at it right now, but is Australia the only country that has no coronavirus cases? Because if that's true, I'm moving to Australia. I don't care. I think Australia is a great country. You know, but the only thing to be scared in Australia is spiders. I don't like spiders. Spiders are evil. Like seriously, have you ever seen a spider in Australia? They are freaky. Well, I see a little dot in New Zealand. I'm gonna check that out. So 28 cases total. So New Zealand is the has the lowest amount of cases, but technically, if you're looking at Australia, they kind of don't have any cases. So Australia is the one that doesn't have any cases. And I'm looking at this site, and it says Australia's, COVID free. And even Madagascar is COVID free. Like, a bunch of places are COVID free. But, yeah. I kind of want to move to Australia. I actually never been to Australia. I actually want to visit Australia sometime. But oh well. Maybe sometime in the future. But, the state with the most cases is California with 870,000 cases and 16,835 deaths. So as you can see, California is not doing well. Texas isn't doing well. Florida ain't doing well. New York isn't doing well, and Illinois ain't doing well. So those are the top 5 for the most COVID stuff happening. So yeah, if you're living in California, Texas, Florida, New York, and Illinois, I feel sad. But then again, they're great places to go to and visit. Just not when, there's a worldwide pandemic happening. So, but the state with the least problems is Massachusetts. How is Massachusetts the only state where, like, oh, everything is fine. We have no COVID problems here. So, yeah. But there's a thing wrong here. How is Indiana a part of this? Like, they're like the second with the least amount of problems. Well, with the least amount of cases, because in Governor DeWine's press conference, he said that Indiana is a dangerous place for spreading, so don't go there. Indiana has like the second least amount of cases. It makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense whatsoever, and yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. Like, seriously. Why is Governor DeWine saying that, don't go to Indiana, but Indiana has like the second least amount of cases? You do think that's weird, don't you? I do. I think it's pretty weird. And, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, man, I forgot to bring water. Great. I'm gonna have a dry throat all throughout the show. That's great. But, yeah. COVID is really taking a toll on this state. Well, not as big as a toll. Like, seriously, I want everything to be done with. Like, in Franklin County, it has the most cases. It has exactly like 11,000 more cases than Cuyahoga County, which is in Cleveland. Basically, Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati are the danger cities of COVIDness. Like the danger cities in Ohio for COVID. So don't go to Columbus, don't go to Cincinnati, and don't go to Cleveland. Technically, if you want to be safe. And Cincinnati, I gotta talk about this. The Cincinnati Bearcat football team for the University of Cincinnati, they had to postpone a football game because, oh boy, they can't control their COVID. So Cincinnati is basically the Tennessee Titans of college football. So yeah, Cincinnati Bearcats equals the Tennessee Titans. It's just simple as that. So yeah, and Montgomery County and Lucas County are round up the top 5. So, I'm just looking at this in Franklin County, man. I'm looking at Franklin County, and then I see Montgomery and Lucas County. Montgomery and Lucas County, they have like over 20,000 less cases of COVID than Franklin County. Like, seriously. This is not good. And the one county that has the least amount of cases is a county named Columbiana. Columbiana. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Columbiana County has 2,053 cases. So I might move to Columbiana County. I mean, I got to get out of Franklin County. They have 29,000. I mean, seriously, we should all get out of Franklin County and go somewhere that has the least amount of cases, and just stay there. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just hoping there's a vaccine. But I heard that like a vaccine is probably getting delayed because the test trials are being put on hold because the testers are experiencing some um, side effects with the vaccine they were given. So I'm like, really? It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. And we got a comment from either my mom or dad because they both use. Well, my mom uses her Facebook, but usually my dad looks up there, so I don't know who this comment is from. I'm just gonna say it's from my parents. It's from my parents. I really don't know. But they say the bigger the population, the more cases of COVID-19. That is true. I mean, California and Texas, they're pretty big states. I mean, obviously, when you go to a big state like California and Texas, there's a lot of people. There's, big populations, and then, oh no, COVID and stuff. But Alaska, they're a big state, but nobody even lives there. I mean, it's too cold. It's too cold in Alaska, and like the summers are very short, the springs are short, but the winter and fall are forever. So, yeah. Basically, don't live in Alaska. And I'm shocked how Alaska is not, like Alaska and Hawaii. How come they got higher COVID cases than Indiana and Massachusetts? That doesn't make any sense. Nobody lives in those two states. Seriously. Who lives in Alaska and Hawaii? Well, I think some people live in Hawaii because of the, nice views and the sandy beaches and the sunsets and volcanoes. But Alaska. Who would want to live in Alaska? People who like the cold. That's my guess. People who like the cold like to live in Alaska. I don't like the cold. And I don't like the heat. I like the cool weather, but not too cold. I mean, too cool. And, just warm, but not too warm. Basically, I'm like, a 65 degree kind of guy, maybe 70 degree, who knows. It just depends on how good the weather is. If it's not a lot of humidity, then it's good. And I'm getting off track with the weather. So, yeah. Basically, people, COVID-19 is sticking around for a couple months. I'm going to have to go with a prediction. So, Ohio's at 89% contamination rate. Or just getting around to that. I am predicting that the coronavirus will be away in Ohio in March. In the next March, 2021. But in order for that to happen, we have to not jinx ourselves. So don't say next year will be our year because we don't know that. It's just simple as that. Just don't say it. Just don't say it. Don't say it all. If you don't say it all, we'll be all good. We'll be all good. But yeah. Thank God I could get through that in 25 minutes. Because we're going to go to a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, the 2020 NBA champions. So, yeah. This is Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists. And let's get some music popping in here. Let's go with Rico Mays. Yeah. So this is Rico Mays with Heaven. That's probably going to be a good song. I bet it is a good song. So yeah. Anyways, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Angel, your name must be Angel, right? They said you wasn't working, but I knew you'd be working tonight. Don't be alarmed, no. I haven't heard much, but I've heard some. I don't mean no harm, no. Though I look rough, don't mean I ain't fun. If you're ready, then I'm ready to. I'm ready. The look in your eyes is more than you have to say to me. Just lead the way, and I'm following you. It seems there was no light. It's easy to see your light. This must be heaven. So now we're rising. So tell me where your wings at. See, I came prepared for flight, so don't you deny my high. You say you never tried it. You know I don't believe that shit. But the truth is the truth, and this ain't that easy to find. You say you're ready. So ride it, go and ride it, baby. Take your time, take your time, take your time and ride it. I see you riding, baby. Close your eyes, enjoy your ride. Now you're climbing higher. I see you flying, baby. How's your flight? She replied, it feels like heaven. I'm so glad I got you right here. I agree, yes indeed, it feels like with an angel like you, right here.
What I liked the most here at Ohio Media School was that, I got to learn more about videography and, just more on how to work in a group culture and, business-like. And also, I would definitely say what I'm going to do after this is continue my DJ career on tour and start shelling out festivals and shows and stuff like that, hopefully. But big shout out to Young Nisa here, big shout out to Jay Love, and big shout out to Nakia Booker. You guys were great, thanks.
Alright, we are back on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the Unsigned Artists, and this is Big C in the morning. And apparently, my parents are telling me to wake up. I am up. I'm just losing track of time, okay? You know, time flies by, a lot. And, I lose track of time. It's basically a thing for me, It's an easy thing that you can, lose track of time. Okay? Alright. But anyways, it's time for our second topic today. So this week, or maybe it was last week, I don't know, I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was this week. So the Los Angeles Lakers, they beat the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals 4-2 to win their 17th NBA championship in franchise history. And that made them tie with the Celtics for the most NBA championships in league history. That was pretty awesome. And LeBron got his 4th ring, which that is pretty sweet. And also, Anthony Davis finally gets an NBA championship that he so desperately needed. Because, I mean, look at Anthony Davis. He won a national championship with Kentucky. He's won 2 gold medals at the Olympics. And he's like one of the greatest centers in this generations, for this generation. So honestly, we needed to get AD a championship. Like Anthony Davis, he needed one. I mean, he couldn't get it with the Pelicans, so he decided to leave and go play basketball for Los Angeles, which I think was a great career move. It was definitely a great career move. Because now he and LeBron and the Lakers are on top of the world. So, yeah, and also a little fun fact about all this. LeBron James, he actually wrote up some great history to increase his status as becoming a future Hall of Famer, which we all know he's going to be in the Hall of Fame no matter what. He became the second NBA player to win a championship with 3 different teams, but he became the first player in NBA history to win NBA Finals MVP with 3 different teams. Something that hasn't been done has been done by LeBron James. And also a little fun fact. LeBron James has joined Michael Jordan as the only players in NBA history to win 4 or more NBA Finals MVP awards. So that's pretty insane. Now, here's the thing. Someone's gotta stop these Lakers, man. They are hot. They are on fire. And we got a comment. Will LeBron stay in LA or go to another team to win another championship? That's a good question. That's a very good question from my parents. I think LeBron will stay with the Lakers because LeBron James said so this was back when after he won the championship, he wrote a message to Kobe Bryant, the former Los Angeles Laker and future, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, so Hall of Famer. He passed away in a helicopter crash back in January. And he basically said LeBron said to Kobe that he wasn't not going to let him down, and he's going to make sure the Lakers are, the top team in the league. So I don't think that LeBron is going anywhere. I think LeBron's going to stay in LA probably when he gets his 7th champion. Like, he's going to stay in LA when he wins 3 more championships with the Lakers. Because LeBron says he wants to be better than Michael Jordan. So I do believe that LeBron will stay with the Lakers. I think he might. Now, I'm not saying he will. I think he might. he might go and get a four-peat with the Lakers. I don't think anybody has four-peated an NBA championship. I think maybe the Celtics. I think they may be four-peated one time, but I don't think any. But I'm not sure anybody has four-peated. Oh wait, the Celtics actually four-peated. They actually more than four-peated. They actually had a pretty long streak. They were champions in 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. So that they actually seven-peated. The Celtics won 7 championships in a row. So Los Angeles could actually become the second team in NBA history to four-peat. So I'm hoping that, LeBron and the Lakers four-peat, but there's still going to be some tough teams in the West, in the Western Conference, like the Denver Nuggets. What else? The Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers, because Tyronn Lue, who was the head coach of the Cavaliers, who brung the Cavaliers the championship in his first year, he's going to be coaching with the Clippers. And also keep your eye on the Dallas Mavericks, because I've heard a report today that they're trying to get Giannis Antetokounmpo to come to Dallas and play for the Mavericks. So that little bit of NBA offseason drama and stuff, free agency, so it's pretty intense. So yeah, these next few years of LeBron with the Lakers is going to be very, very entertaining, because you never know who's going to be switching conferences or switching teams. Because if one player goes to a different conference, then it's a whole different ballgame. I mean, we saw this with like Kevin Durant. He's been in the Western Conference all these years, and then Kevin Durant decides to go play for the Nets, who are in the Eastern Conference. So I do believe the Nets are going to be a championship caliber team. We might see the Lakers and the Nets again. We might see a rematch of the 2002 NBA championship. Like, seriously, we could see Lakers versus Nets Part 2. And then we could probably see LeBron, sweeping the Nets. Which is definitely going to be true, because, I mean, I think he and Kyrie have been going at it. I think they've been going at it ever since Kyrie left, Cleveland. Without, giving a heads up, like seriously, all of Cleveland was shocked when Kyrie Irving wanted to be traded. So yeah, it's pretty shocking and pretty intense. So yeah, and also another thing about LeBron staying in Cleveland, Anthony Davis, he actually decided to opt out of his contract and stay with the Lakers. That's what I heard. So I think Anthony Davis, he's gonna stay, but he's gonna get a new contract. So yeah, that's actually pretty good, because LeBron and Anthony Davis, they're like the new Lakers duo. Like, there have been many duos in Lakers history. There's been Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, and then you got Kobe and Pau Gasol, or is it Mark Gasol? I think it's Pau Gasol. But yeah, and now you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis as a duo. And I think this duo is going to be great. Probably better than the past duos. It's going to be better than Jerry and Wilt. Better than Kareem and Magic. Better than Kobe and Shaq. And better than Kobe and Pau. Because these are the top 2 dominant players in the West. They are definitely the top. They are the top 2 dominant players in the West. It is true. Because if you look at all of LeBron's achievements and AD's achievements throughout when they started playing basketball, LeBron's won like a bunch of state championships back in St. Vincent St. Mary's High School. He's a 4-time NBA champion now, and LeBron's like a 10-time conference champion. And if you look at Anthony Davis, he won a national championship. He's won 2 gold medals with the United States. Basically, he has like a bunch of skills, and he's like a really good center. And honestly, he should have been in, the NBA Finals at least once with the Celtics. I mean, not the Celtics, but the Pelicans. He should have been in the finals with the Pelicans, but unfortunately, since, the Pelicans aren't, a championship caliber team, they haven't been able to get, like, good players. That franchise is basically, falling apart. And so, technically, it's not a franchise that anybody wants to be. And let this be known. The New Orleans Pelicans used to be the old Charlotte Hornets. Then those same Hornets moved to New Orleans, and then all of a sudden those Hornets turn into the Pelicans. So they become the New Orleans Pelicans, and then boom, somehow the Charlotte Bobcats become the Charlotte Hornets again, which is kind of weird. Like, okay, so the Charlotte Hornets, they moved to New Orleans, and then all of a sudden there's a new Charlotte team named the Charlotte Bobcats, who were undoubtedly the most trash team in NBA history. And then all of a sudden they bring back the name Hornets after the Pelicans change their name from Hornets to Pelicans. Like, seriously, it makes no sense. But yeah. Back to LA. I definitely do believe that the Lakers are going to dominate the rest of the 2020s. They're going to dominate this decade. So next year, I got to think about next year's playoff predictions, because this is going to be one crazy season. Now, honestly, I've been thinking of something. What if, like seriously, what if something crazy happens? Like, what if the Nets win or the Celtics win next year? Who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can literally happen. It's gonna be one of those silly seasons in basketball. It's probably gonna be one of those silly types of seasons where anything can happen and just seriously just mess up every team's dreams and goals. Okay, so my playoff predictions for 2021. I think the Lakers are in, the Clippers are in, the Nuggets are in, the Mavericks are in. I think the Jazz might be in. The Thunder might be out. The Golden State Warriors, if they can get healthy, I think they're in. Portland's in. The Rockets are definitely in. Don't know what else for the West, but I don't know if that's in or not, but oh well. Now for the East. The Celtics are in, obviously. Raptors are in. Nets are in. What else? Oh man, the Heat. They actually might be in. They might actually be back in, because you got Jimmy Butler, and he has been, the dominant player for the Heat. Like, seriously, he's been carrying that team on his back for all the playoffs. So, and you also got, like, Tyler Hero and that guy from Michigan, Duncan Robinson. So, yeah, he might be powerful. So, I do believe the Heat will make it. The Indiana Pacers, probably not. The 76ers, yes. Now, here's a crazy thing. I'm going to shock everyone with this one. I have a confirmed 8th spot for next year's playoffs. And oh boy, are you guys going to you're going to be shocked at what I'm about to say. So, the NBA draft is coming up. And I think that in the 8th spot, there will be, in that 8th spot, the last team in the East that will clinch a playoff spot will be, and hear me out on this, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, I said it. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Because with all these teams that were in this bubble, and looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers this season, they haven't been good this season. But looking at the Golden State Warriors, they too haven't been good this season. So, if those two teams bounce back, I think we could see a Cleveland Cavaliers team in the playoffs, just like a Golden State Warriors team. Because you see, these two teams need to make some changes in their team, like trade for some good players that have good potential, or draft a player or two that has good potential. Because I've got a suggestion for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers should draft either a well-known college player who has the potential of being a NBA All-Star / superstar, or trade for NBA veteran, like maybe a 5-year veteran that has skills and just needs a team to help build up that mentality to be a good NBA player. Because I think the Cavaliers can make the playoffs without LeBron. Because, Cleveland, they haven't been that well, but, it's about time that the Cavaliers, get everything together and actually make the playoffs without LeBron, because LeBron has always taken the Cavaliers to the playoffs when, he was good. And besides, he brung the 2006-2007 Cavaliers, to the finals all by himself. And it was swag. So get a star that's like LeBron that will take, the Cavaliers all the way to the playoffs. So basically find that player. And if I have to make a suggestion for a player they might select, Caleb Wesson from Ohio State. Why? Because he is pretty good. He's pretty good at basketball. So, yeah. But anyways, Los Angeles is going to be dominant. That's the truth. Congratulations to LA winning the NBA championship. The Lakers, 17-time champions. LeBron, now a 4-time champion. Is pretty good. All right. Time for us to take a break, but when we come back, the Friday shout-out returns. Yes! And you don't want to miss it. The Friday shout-out is going to be a big one. So, yeah. You're listening to Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artist. And let's get a song in here. Here's Coyote with Living, Loving, Learning. And it's a pretty good song. We hope you enjoy it. Anyways, we'll be right back.
I am living, loving, and learning. My life I know is destined to be great, cause my day and time is live at number 8 and 11. Meaning 1 plus 7 with the 2 ones placing my head in heaven. No Armageddon comes before creation, so before that, let's build a new nation full of men and women, singing girls and boys, thanking all for the blessings and for the joys that life has to give you. And if you don't have it, need to reach out a hand and just grab it, making lots of noise. It's sometimes my choice, but now I speak to us, the drumming boys. Step up and rejoice in these days and times as I step up and flow. Dynamic rhymes that flow so simply that some say it's deep, so much so it makes ancestors weep. I know, cause I've been doing this for years, working so hard that I hear splashing tears. And for my peers that sit back and stare, know that I hang with many millionaires that sit back and rock how they help create lives that produce healthy children, husbands and wives full of peeps that strive to make dreams come true for those that are hungry enough to pursue better ways of life, so we don't have to rob and steal for a deal or waste time and jobs getting paid crumbs to build others' dreams. So much that who made a cut called cream, it makes me scream, cause we are so sick getting pimped by employers, making us trick for a W-2 that determines our wealth. When we wake up and sleep, take breaks and lose health. Knowledge yourself says it's my birthright to decide when I work, when I sleep, when I fight. So when you ask why I live, what jobs I don't try, cause it's not time for my dreams to die. Live, love, learn, no money to burn, just wealth to earn, for love I yearn. Live, love, learn, no money to burn, just wealth to earn, for love I yearn. Live, love, learn, no money to burn, just wealth to earn, for love I yearn. Live, love, learn, no money to burn, just wealth to earn. Yo, whatever happened to that rapping that we did, the clapping that we did, the snapping dabs, the half since a kid, I had first dibs on memories with all the beats that hit. Stereotypes in basket, balls on the court, the ones that hit the coke that would just snort. Finish, allow me to retort while I grew up short. My dreams are tall. Stevie's blind, yet it's in a vision. Blew our mind. Play the keys of life, secret life of plans. Got the air like a knife. Don't believe the hype. Believe your soul. That's what pulls you through when life takes its toll. We must depend on you. God. It's time to grow. We can't stop, not even when we reach the top. The valley is low, but some are still down due to those that act like clowns. So we continue to grow, cause we know that our weakest link can't be slow. This record has no grabs with hands of gravitation, pulling down our nation. Only upward motion, all due to family devotion. No brothers too heavy, we went through warrior training. Team trainers come steady, all are not ready, but for those who are, we stand sturdy like a pillar. Soldiers in war, on an award tour. To any city, I will pay my dues. Have no pity, some say that it's only to oppose the beauty that we appreciate. All in this moody world, unlock the gate of our enslaved mind. Keep picking the lock, don't look at the clock. Just don't stop, we still have to grow till we over the top.
What I like most about the Ohio Media School is the people that I meet. I'm a super social person, so I love meeting people. And if you come here, the people you will meet will help you out, not just only in school, but after you get out of school. My future, I hope to get out in the industry, make a name for myself. Shout out Rick, shout out T Nasty, shout out J Love. That's it.
And we're back on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artist. And this is Big C in the morning, and now it is time for the Friday Shoutout. Oh my goodness, it is time for the Friday Shoutout. I've been waiting for this Friday Shoutout. because, as you can see in the comments, it says by my parents, congratulations to me and all the other students at Ohio Media School that are graduating tomorrow. And basically, the shout out is to all the people who are graduating tomorrow. So, basically, we've all have dreams of being on TV, being on the radio, or, just working at a station like for sales or something. And we've always dreamed of being one of the big shots on TV, or maybe one of that famous radio voice like Casey Kasem or Ryan Seacrest. And, it took us 8 months to get through this. 8 months for all these people that are graduating. Seriously. And, with all this COVID stuff happening, it kind of went, why? So, yeah. Basically, COVID kind of ruined some plans for us, but we got the work done. We got through all of the assignments. We got through all the online classes that were, so long that, it took a while to do. Because, you look at this and you're like, seriously, those online courses were pretty tough. But we got through them. And we had fun doing a lot of stuff here. Oh, man. I had a lot of fun stuff doing here. I had a fun time here at Ohio Media School. I did. And, guys, this is not the final episode of this show. It's going to be going on for a long, long time. It is going to be a long time. This show, it'll probably go off the air in 6 months because, I have this show since I'm graduating and I'll be an alumni. I have this show for 6 months. So, yeah. Until, I get a job in radio, which is what I want to do. I want to be part of a morning zoo show like Dave and Jimmy. I really want to be... That's basically my dream, being on the radio. It seems like it's an easy job. Seriously, I can think of, topics to talk about. I kind of want to be, the next, Dave and Jimmy show, on WNCI. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, get my own morning show, entertain the people, inform the people, and I think a lot of us who are graduating tomorrow are going to be doing just the same. Entertaining the people, informing the people, and making everybody smile, because that is what we do here. Well, that is what Ohio Media School does. It makes people want to be inspiring, want to be out there. They want to change their lives, and that's what, Ohio Media School is all about. And, I'm really thankful for meeting a lot of these people here. I'm really thankful that I got a show here. I'm really thankful I got to do a lot of stuff that has been offered at this place, and I'm really thankful for all the people I met again, because honestly, the people I met, they are true friends, and they are really amazing people, and they have really amazing talent that they will use in the future for their jobs, because, media, radio, TV, anything, they're going to get somewhere. And we, tomorrow, are going to be graduating. And then we'll be out and doing our own thing in radio and TV and whatever. But some people are going to do, the emphasis classes. I'm not taking emphasis classes because I want to get a job in radio, which I'm currently searching for. So if any radio stations want to call me up, call me. Hit up my LinkedIn, and do it. I'll be here. And also, I gotta start sending out my stuff to the radio stations. I also send out my demo reels to the career service. I gotta check with the career services, but I'm pretty sure they got my stuff. They got my stuff, hopefully, but I'm pretty sure they do. But anyways, that is it. Friday shout out to all the people graduating tomorrow. There it is. We did it. And that is my time here. I'm 1 minute off, but you guys enjoy me. You guys really enjoy me. But anyways, time is up. We gotta get out of here. Well, I gotta get out of here so I don't get yelled at by anybody for keeping you guys here longer. So yeah, next week, 2 new topics. We're gonna talk about them. Don't know if we'll have a Friday Shadow or a Fumble of the Week, but I'll let you guys know. Also, if you want to keep up to date with me on the show and stuff, or you just missed a show, hit up my Facebook. It's at Colton Rice Radio on Facebook. So yeah, it's pretty lit. I say my show. But anyways, it's time for us to go. Time's up. So yeah, this has been Big C in the Morning on WUDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists. My name is Big C, and I am out of here. That was a pretty good one. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, and have a great rest of your Friday. We out!